Hello, peoples. Welcome to my channel. I'm a little early, but I was excited for tonight. I've been sitting here doing my, oh God, latch hook. And I also see Sue is in here. Hi, Sue. I didn't want to leave you alone too long, though you might not even be here right now. So that's okay. Anyway, for those of you watching on replay, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. I got it. Why do these things keep coming loose? I'm really trying to get them tight. If you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe, please. It helps me. And don't forget to ring the bell so you always know when I upload a new video or go live, which is once a week. I go live. Uploading videos, sometimes. I just, we all know I have nothing to talk about except rambling on. Well, things come to me. It'll come to me. I mean, right now, like I said, I'm working on my latch hook. And I'm enjoying it, too. I forgot. Excuse me, don't mean to yawn in your face. Who's there? Hi, Judy. How you doing tonight? The picture, the latch hook? Isn't that pretty? It's a pillow. I love this. And what's even more, they even put the backing on already with a zipper. So all I need is to get the pillow. I love it. But even though I'm marking these off as I go, I did scan this into the computer. It would make a lovely diamond painting too. Or maybe I'll do some cross stitch. Because it's all the same. Symbols, squares, equal design. Okay. Oh, you did? Oh, and she picked the Christmas tree I love. Thank you, Gail. I'm glad you like it. I love it. Yeah, that's the one I would have chosen. I just gave her a couple more. They're a little bit more involved. I'm starting to take the painting really seriously, you know, and working on a few things that I take my time in working. Um, I spread it wide. I go into detail, and I'm working with detail, and I'm beginning to find I like working with oils, the the brushes that mimic oil, and which I always did when I was in school too, years back in the dinosaur age. Uh, but I though I love watercolor, I can't get the hang of it yet with the app, the Procreate app. But I'm also finding that when I'm working with the oils, it's the modern, what do they call it? The modern impressionists. That a little dab of, a little dab will do you. That work like um, what's his name? Monet and Van Gogh. They worked with little dabs to make up the picture. I did a Halloween one, like Halloween, a pumpkin. Where'd it go? It's something wrong here. The black is the hardest one to work because you can barely see it. You gotta really get in there. And this wool or yarn is not It's not tightening as well as it should. It doesn't have enough short threads in it. You know how yarn is made, right? You take the, the, the wool, or in this case, it would be the acrylic, the puffy stuff, that's just combed, and you take it and you spin it. If you have short hairs, it's going to be short pieces of wool, whatever. It's going to be a little more tactile than if you have longer pieces of the fiber. These are, I think, longer pieces of the fibers because there's not a lot of grip. It should have more grip, which is why you see me going with my, it hurts after a while, going, trying to get it down flat, well, oh, well, I'm just rambling right now. But I was so, yeah, I don't know why I started early. Look at me. Here I said, oh, I'll take my time these days now. I'm going to do 7:45, not 7:30. 7:30 comes around and I can't wait. I don't want to wait till. I'm going to do that later. I'm just going to keep doing this. It is pretty, isn't it, Gail? Oh, are you talking about my Christmas tree? Yeah, I love it. It's a pretty one. She said she was going to put it up. I'm also surprised of the first one she chose. The what my pink abstract garden, whatever. I don't know. I have a name for it, but I don't remember. Because I was just playing with the brushes and the colors, and I was dabbing here and dabbing there, and just using the ones that are multi-colored or multi, the two colors, and then you can share the colors, and it looks like different petals and whatever. I was just playing. I really am. You should see the one I'm working on now. I call it Wisteria Falls. I'm actually trying to paint wisteria. There's only one problem I'm having, and I don't know what to do about it. If anybody has any suggestions, I started working on this piece a few weeks ago. And then I put it aside. I got so far, I'm almost done. I got just have to finish up the rest of the petals and a couple of other things, and I'll be done. There's only one problem. I can't find the brush that I was using. I have thousands of brushes. And I thought it was done with oil and two color oils, which have to be done a certain way. When you have two colors, you have to say it's a whole big mishmash what you do when you create the brush. I don't create it, I download it for free, or I bought a couple of them. But I couldn't find it. The new Procreate lets you set up master libraries. So instead of having them all in a row and trying to, put a heading on this one and then go up, and there's the oils and there's the pencils and there's the watercolor, I can have separate libraries. And this one is all oils, and the one next to it is all watercolor, and the one below here is stippling and shading, and the one over here is textures. See, I could easily go to each one. Well, I haven't actually um, done my librarian work completely. I still have a rather large library that has been uncategorized. It's not categorized yet. So I went through all the ones in my oil library, all the brush sets. I couldn't find what brush I was using because I started it before the upgrade. So now I'm I just started looking in that huge uncategorized section. Hi, Jerry. I can, I mean, I'm going through each one and I'm going through each brush and I'm going, no, that's not it. No, that's not it. No, that's not it. And just going through if they were real blushes, I would know which one to use. I would know which one I was using for that particular painting, but they're not real. So you have to learn how to use the brush that was created, and they're all different because while with real brushes you can get different looks with the same brush, you can't do that digitally. You need a separate brush for every look. If you want it to look like impasto, which is dimensional oil, you need to get a brush that will do a dual color that makes it look dimensional so that you can see the paint strokes. But you got to mix them up because you don't want them all to look the same, right? But I can't find my. I'm very upset. Yes, I'm crying. I'm a crybaby. Hi, people. Mickey Crybaby here. Oh, anyway. And then trying to do this, I'm, well, I'm doing it. I started it the right way. And then I said, ooh, I want to go up here. And, I want to work on this. Yeah, I'm cross country. I shouldn't have done that. I should have done what I should have done was just go along the row, changing the colors, and then the next row, changing. It would have been so much easier. When I had my dolphin latch hook, it was very easy because they were huge swaths of color, you know, to create the dolphin and the shadows and whatever. Confetti, people. Confetti will drive you crazy every single time. Now, I love it in diamond painting. Don't care for it in cross stitching. I mean, that's one of the reasons I was almost happy to give up my cross stitching when I found diamond painting. And it's also not wonderful when you're latch hooking. Yeah, I know. I know, Jerry, it is. I had to get it. I have that other one, that abstract one. There are a whole bunch of others that I want. Um, I like striking paintings. There's one of two cats that's very geometric. They're two cats standing up tall, but inside they're very geometric. It's modern art. What can I say? I like modern art more than I like. Though when it comes to diamond painting, was nuts about landscape. I have so many landscape, and now I'm getting bored with them. I want to work on my cats, but that's for next year. Next year's, or was this year the year of the cats? I don't remember. Anyway, I'm going to do whatever I want next year. Just whatever floats my boat at the time. I have so many. And I'm working on a diamond painting now. That's the Halloween one that had been sitting here for over a year. Not even halfway done. And I decided to do it. And I'm having all sorts of issues, like running out of drills. I've got the one more row to go, actually half a row to go. You know, my rows are, not that big. And I ran out of diamonds on this one, two colors. They're rounds. I don't keep rounds. If it had been squares, no problem. Rounds, problem. I'm gonna have to go to that. I don't want to call Dreamer Designs because it'll take forever. If I go to that Facebook group, I think it's called Got Diamonds with a question mark. People share their stash. If you need a few hundred, they'll send you a few packs. Whatever they have leftovers. I mean, why throw them out? Why not just share them? You offer what you have. Tell people what you have. If anybody needs it, they go, oh, I need that. They contact you and you send it to them. And then you take your overages, your leftovers, and you put them up on the Facebook group, and somebody says, oh, I need that color. Yeah. Or they'll say, does anybody have 892 squares? Or I need 3706 in round. And sometimes you can even say, preferably resin. Because there is a difference between the two, resin and acrylic. And so if you're working in resin and you want to finish, you want it to look and feel exactly the same. You have resin diamonds down, you want to finish with resin diamonds. So. J-Rob! Hi! I know, but it's like a year and a half old, the painting. So, thumbing your way in, huh? I'm working on my latch hook. And I started early today. I can't help it. I'm excited. I get excited too easily. Whoa. Um, that's I didn't mean it that way. I mean, we all know I'm easy. I'm not cheap, but I'm easy. Yeah, we got Gail and Jerry and Sue. And who else is here? J-Rob and Jen. Where'd Judy go? I hope you're still here, Judy. Do, say hi to everyone. Of course, if you're diamond painting right now or working on your craft, you just sit back and listen to me ramble. That's what I do best. I ramble. Right, Jen? We'll ramble to all four of you. Yeah, but I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep my channel open doing lives, because I took a hiatus, and I granted it was a long time until I came back. It was about 8 months, 9 months. I I know I stopped in January. I was just having issues, and I didn't want to get back into doing lives until I think it was September, October, somewhere around there. So it was a long time. And I lost all my viewers. I miss you guys. But no offense, if there's only going to be four of you, might as well just talk to myself and do a whip and chat. Which, yeah, I could do that and upload the video. I don't have to go live. I'm sure Dan would appreciate his Friday nights not being interrupted by my loud mouth. Because his bedroom is right over there, and my table is right here. and it's kind of close. So when I'm out here on Fridays, he's got to keep his door closed. The cats don't, can't go in and out or whatever. They have problems with it. So he would much prefer that I don't do my lives on Friday night. Because I come out, I have my routine, which I think all of you know already. I wake up, I come out here, I get my coffee, get my breakfast, sit down, do my diamond painting today I did this while I drink my coffee and eat my breakfast. And then in the afternoons, I know exactly when because Jinx comes up and says, "Give me lunch." she's she's very demanding. She'll come up on the arm of my chair, and then she'll be cute and she'll stretch and say, "Don't you want to feed me?" So that's when I know, all right, I've been sitting here for long enough. It's time to quit. The only time I'm here for a long time is when my lovely, adorable, sweet cleaning lady comes in the afternoons. I ask her for the mornings, but lately she's been coming in the afternoons, which means I can't not be here in the mornings. I can't switch being in the bedroom in the morning and then out here in the afternoon. I can't do that. So I come out here in the morning and I have to stay here until she finishes my bedroom, until she comes and finishes my bedroom. Hi, Tammy. What's up, girl? Um, so I can't switch them. And I sit for I mean, I get up. I have to. Excuse me. I get up and down and walk around a bit. But it's not the same as giving the cats their handful of lunch. That's all they get is a handful. They eat enough. They're fat enough. They're not starving, that's for sure. They get treats, they get breakfast, they get lunch, they get dinner, they get treats twice a day. So they're fine. But I sit here too long and the pain becomes excruciating. So I will, try and keep it to a short time. And like I said, the cats keep the time for me. But when she's here and I have to sit here longer, are you done yet? Is my is my bed ready? Because I think of my bed. I've said this before too. I repeat myself a lot, don't I? I just I talk and I say the same things over and over again. What's wrong with me? Oh, because those are things on my mind. Oh well. I think of my bed as a giant recliner because when I'm in it, it's not a bed. It's a recliner. It's an adjustable bed. So I got the head up, I got my feet, up. It's like I'm sitting in a recliner. It just happens to be big. Nobody, Rebecca does not understand that. She does not understand that my bed is not a bed when I go there in the afternoons. It's a bed when I'm ready to sleep. It gets flattened out, the lights go off, the TV's off. I grab my stuffed poo. Yeah, I sleep with poo. Pull up the covers, fluff up the pillows. Oh, I love my new pillows. New pillows they're wonderful. And then I go to sleep. So I have no problems with that. Though there are times when I'm reading in the evenings, because I tend to start reading at dinner time. It's hard to paint and eat dinner at the same time. But there are times when I'm reading, and usually I just read until I fall asleep. But I get the urge. I gotta work on this one. I gotta work on the painting. I gotta work on it. So I'll put the book away and I'll start painting it. And I'm up until 4, 5 in the morning. But that's okay. I'm retired, disabled. I don't work. I can go to sleep when I want, wake up when I want, eat when I want. It's good to be of age and not working. Of course, I won't say it's good to be old. It's good to be older. It's good to be an adult, though I hate adulting. Ugh. Nobody wants to adult. All right, let's see. How many do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I think that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I thought that's what I had because I pulled out the number of strands I needed so I could go just keep going and not have to worry. I know there's more than I thought there was 22. Oh, God. I can't count. All right, let's mark these off. How's that? We'll mark them off. Your lives keep you young and not isolated. Actually, going to other people's lives will keep me young. Except I'm not much for chatting. For, I used to be. Oh, man. I mean, I started with computers back in 89, before the internet, before Windows, well, before Windows 95, long before then. Right. Um, and everything we didn't have lives. You didn't have it where you could talk. You could chat with people, especially if you went to a multi-line BBS, bulletin board system, and you could type to people, and we had what they call echoes, which are the group emails, the like Facebook, and you can open up a subject. Well, no, not like a list. Like the internet used to have lists, news groups, and things, and you could have a discussion on one thing. We're going to talk about this particular discussion is about childcare, or it's about fibromyalgia, or it's about chronic fatigue syndrome, and that's it. You stick to that subject, and you go back and forth, and you make friends, and then if you take it private, if you want to talk with someone else. Had made a lot of friends back then, a lot, but I've only ever had one, maybe two best friends at a time. I just, I don't make friends that easy. I don't know why. I always feel left out. Yeah, poor me. Oh, of course I remember word perfect. I remember before word perfect, there, oh God, what the hell was the name of it? It was before word perfect, and you had a dedicated machine just for writing, creating letters and typing and doing that stuff. So you didn't have to do it on a typewriter. You could save it. Yeah, Dan's here, but I don't, whatever. Yeah, Microsoft always puts in the effort and takes over. Actually, Apple's doing the same thing now, and Google, and all of them, they're all doing it. Amazon. It's amazing though, when I was working back then and we got those machines, those computers, which weren't computers, they were just word processors and dedicated word processors. So you didn't have to use the frickin' type typewriter anymore. I mean, first there came the regular typewriter, then there came the electric typewriter, and there came these word processors. Then came the internet. Well, no, then came computers, which let you do more than just use it as a word processor. Then, for me, there was FighterNet, which was our. It's the way that it was created by the universities. Actually, the internet was created by four universities to and all over the world to connect with each other. And I'm giving you a history of the internet, whatever. And then, do you remember Prodigy? Jen, do you remember Prodigy? Windows let you do a bunch of things at the same time. You could be on the internet, in a an AOL or Microsoft had their own place. In fact, I was a Microsoft moderator at one time because you needed moderators. Oh, God, people went off the rails on these chats, these discussions. And then the internet, they had dedicated programs to the internet. First, there was Prodigy. Do you remember it? Yeah. Then came AOL, which pushed Prodigy completely out. Then came the open internet and Windows. Started with Windows 95. They decided not to make a dedicated internet app. They took their operating system and let it be the connection to the internet. Ask away, Sue. I'll be happy to answer if I know the answer. I mean, I'm one of those jack of all trades, master. I know a little bit about everything, I think, because I love to learn. And I get sidetracked by the internet and I'll go, oh, what's this? Oh, and what does that mean? And how do you do that? I'm constantly asking my Echo questions. I can't say her name because she'll start answering me. Oh, Netscape. That's right, Netscape. Yahoo used to be the search engine. That's right, it was. For the longest time, it was the search engine. Then Google came along. And then Microsoft started Bing. DR? What do you mean by DR? I'm missing it. And Tammy says if you wanted to edit, you put the cord in typewriter and do whatever you need. I can't tell you how many forms I created on word processors and in Word and in Word Perfect. And I didn't like Word Perfect for the longest time. Just like I don't know why. I preferred Word. And I also never used Excel until later in life when I went to work for someone else. I wasn't working in the law anymore. So I didn't need to do a lot of typing. I needed to do a lot of data entry. And that was usually done on Excel. And I I learned when I want to know how something works, I go on Google and how do I do this? And why do I do that? And when do I do that? Oh, you mean the dentist? A week from Monday, I go in for my surgery. Yeah, holding my mouth. I'm not looking forward to that. But I'm probably just working myself up by it. Mm, Go back to counting this. So the second row, right? Second row? No, we're on the first row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, I see. 10, 22. Because it's like cross stitch, boxes of 10, and I've got 10, and then there's 9 here, and then there's 3 here, and that's 22. MD doctor? Um, my my doctor left town, and they wanted to put me with someone else, but I looked him up on my, and I had an appointment. But I looked him up on my insurance. He's not on my insurance, so I found another doctor on my insurance. I prefer to go to a female, and but she's not on the insurance until 2026 when my new insurance kicks in. So I have to wait. As long as I get renewals on my medication, I'm fine. And I've got my other doctor, Angelini. She's a sweetheart. I get most of my meds from her. But then they're for depression and my fibro to handle that and sleeping and stuff like that. But MDs, I'll see one in the new year. I mean, what's the big deal? I see a doctor every quarter. So I see doctor 4 times a year because that's what they want. No, this is not. This is wrong. I needed to count 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I told you it wasn't 23. I miscounted. But the dentist, no. But then again, I may actually be able to show my face again. I'm sorry. I have so many teeth that have broken and busted out and fell out, and I need those dentures. I just don't like the way it's going to change the shape of my mouth, change the shape of my face because, but that's a small price to pay. How would you feel if you got a letter from your doctor's group stating you need to pay $400 up front to walk in the door? I'd say, thank you. It was nice knowing you. Go to somebody else. I don't have a problem switching doctors. I mean, it's nice to stay with the same doctor. You don't have to go over everything, and she knows or he knows what you need, what works, what doesn't work, and you see them once a quarter to do blood tests to make sure everything is fine. And you don't get a sudden reaction to the medications. But if she dropped off my insurance and I don't want to see somebody else in that office, it was far enough. I went there because of her. She moved from right near me to 6, 7 miles away, more. I don't know, but it's a drive. And Even when, and I moved even further away. Uh, but I still would go see her. But they want me to see somebody else in there. A membership suit? Yeah, I'd turn around and leave too. I'd say, it was nice knowing you. Shame you can't be my doctor anymore. Membership? That's what insurance is. If they're on the insurance, if they're in network and you've got insurance, you're a member of the insurance company, which means you're a member of the doctor. Why would you pay on top of that? Now, if and $400, how long? What is that for? Just to walk in the door the first time? Do they charge you more every month? Of course, the fee isn't covered by insurance. That's why you go to somebody who's in network. If they're not in network, if they're in network, they cannot charge you extra. They cannot charge you more than the insurance will pay. That's why you try not to go out of network, because there you have to pay 80% and they can charge a little bit more. 400 a year, and I don't need insurance, or I need insurance on top of that. You already pay for Medicare every month. They want you to pay $400 for 2 years for the privilege of their getting paid by your insurance, by Medicare. I'd talk to Medicare about that. I'd ask if I'd try and find out if that's legal in your state, because it may not be, because every state's got their own freaking rules about what you can and can't do and how you do it. And so I can't give, I wouldn't, couldn't give any advice. But if I walked into my doctor's office and they said, "Oh, we now ask you to pay $200 a year, $400 up front to see Dr. So and so," and that's for the office. And I'd say to Dr. So and so, "It's a shame you're in this office, because bye bye. I'll go find another doctor. A single practitioner if I have to." That's the problem with these groups of doctors that they start a company, and it's great for them because they can, trade off. They make a little bit more money. Well, not much, but they share secretaries. They share assistants. They have interns that come, and the interns get info from more than one doctor. But when they start building up and they've got three, four, five, six doctors in a practice or more, and they're this little group, and then they go national because they have franchises or something. I don't know how it works, but yeah, I don't need that. I don't need that. It was bad enough waiting 2 hours for her when I had a 9 o'clock appointment, and I wouldn't get in to see her until 10 or 11, which was why. She's not in yet. What do you mean she's not in yet? She's with another patient. Granted, she takes a lot of time with each patient, but I'm like the first patient of the day. Why am I not being seen right away? That's why I will wait to make early morning, wait for the first patient of the day or second. I'll back and then, Insurance is not paying them enough. Aww. You pay Medicare. If you're on Social Security, you pay Medicare every month. It comes out of your Social Security automatically. I pay it, but it doesn't come. It comes out of my Social Security, but I don't pay it to Medicare. Medicare pays it to my insurance company, and then my insurance company takes care of all the paperwork with Medicare when I go to the doctor, and they get paid. They get paid by Medicare, and then the insurance company pays the doctor. They're all complaining about they're not making enough money. I'm sorry. You have you see a minimum of 10 patients a day, right? Because you're not going to spend an hour with each one. Usually you're going to send them every quarter hour is what they do. So you're seeing a lot more than 10 patients a day. Each patient pays an office visit, their normal office visit. Let's say if you don't have insurance, it's $150. If you have insurance, it's $70. Okay, the insurance pays the $70. You're getting $700 a day just from office visits. That doesn't include tests and other procedures. And I don't get it. I have ABC. I want everything. I want. Don't forget prescription coverage. Trust me, those prescriptions can get high. The problem is Medicare doesn't cover all of them. Um, Drug kickbacks too. I mean, I call bull when a doctor says the insurance companies don't pay them enough. No, what the insurance companies do is take their time. I will sympathize with doctors about that. I do know that insurance companies, I could see the doctor this month and he won't get paid by the insurance company for 2 months, which is ridiculous. They should pay him right away. I don't know why they don't, but they should. I get I get a breakdown of all my medical costs for the month that they paid, how much the doctor charged, what their discount is, because just like Medicare, they get a discount from the doctor. They demand a discount. Okay, they get less than they would normally charge, but then they charge 400, and the insurance company only wants to pay two. It's why should they pay 400? They're sending you business. I I wouldn't go to you if you weren't on my insurance plan. USAA, Tammy. I would love that. I'll agree that military insurance is some of the best. My dad was a vet. I could have gotten USAA, but he the only problem he had going to the Veterans Administration hospitals and seeing their doctors, you had to wait months for an appointment. you could, unless it was an emergency, you couldn't just make an appointment. Can I see you in 2 weeks? 2 weeks from now is fine. you know, you'd have to wait a few months. Well, it's good for you, Tammy. I right now my Medicare, if I were paying it, would be $140 a month. I remember when it first came out, before I got the insurance, the Medicare Advantage plan, I would see it coming out of my Social Security check every month. My doctor's office is calling me now because I canceled my appointment with that other doctor. I didn't want to see him. It's 8:30. Why are you calling now? Anyway, uh, It's just this whole medical issue in the United States sucks. Sucks. Oh, good for you, Sue. What do you mean? I mean, who's ignoring you? I'm not ignoring you. Oh, Rebecca! I didn't notice you come in. I know they don't make that much, but they make a comfortable living. And I agree that insurance companies don't pay them enough. I mean, I know you're medical, so you know what it is. Oh, guys, insurance companies only use certain doctors too, but doctors change plans because they have to fight to get their money from the insurance company, and if they shouldn't have to do that. I agree. So if you have a problem with United Healthcare, try Aetna. Go on Aetna's network. If it were me, I would go. If I were a doctor, I'd go on everybody's network. I'll just, at least I'll be getting paid because the individual, if the individual could afford what you want to charge, they, you'd have no problem. But they can't. That's why we have insurance companies. I can't pay for the doctors. I can't pay for my medication. I'm on a limited, you know, fixed income, which is below poverty level. So I qualify for Medicaid, which helps because they pick up the quote unquote copay that I would have if I had, regular insurance. But my insurance company, United Healthcare, charges me zero premium because they're getting paid by Medicare. Their premium is being paid by Medicare. The thing is, medicine, the practice of medicine and healthcare in the United States is has already hit the bottom of the tank. I mean, it was tanking for years, and it's still tanking, and it's going below the bottom. It's like when you dig a hole, stop digging. If you find yourself in a hole, stop digging. I I would I don't know. It's useless. It's useless because our government is what our government is. We can only change it at the next election, which still might not work because of politicians and other offices I won't say anything about, but they're cutting services everywhere. But where's the money going? Where's it going? I don't know. Do you know? I don't know. Could be going to the military. I know it's going into their pockets because our government is closed, but Congress and the Senate are still getting paid. If government workers can't get paid, and Congress is supposed to be made up of government workers working for the government, working for the people, why are they still getting paid? Well, Sue, they're welcome to do what they want. It's up to the patient whether or not they want to do it. They want to go with that. I'd say, find me $400 and I'll be happy to pay you. I don't have it. I'm having a rough enough time getting all our bills paid now. I mean, I paid off our credit cards, but they're going up again. because it's not enough cash. They say you don't need the cash, you need the credit. Well, I think I need both. Because I got plenty of credit, but that's not the point. I can't pay it. I have a hard time. If it weren't for Dan, I'd be SOL. I really would. They did? When did they do this, Tammy? Nobody told me. I'll have to talk to Dan about it. He watches the news every day. He yells at the TV when he hears what this politician did or that government did that or did this or did that. He yells at them. Uh, but he never comes in and tells me what's happening. I have to ask. I don't watch the news. I'm already depressed. I already take medication for depression. I don't need any more. Which is why I read. Yes, it's an escape. I'll admit it. So is diamond painting. So is latch hooking. It's an escape. It's lets me. There's no escaping from what is happening, and my ignorance is not changing anything, and my lack of ignorance in some areas is not going to change anything. So I'd rather be happy and ignorant than upset and knowledgeable about what's. There's too much crap going on. I am aware of what's going on. I don't want to be. Yeah, you're right. So nobody wants to pay that. I mean, come on. Well, I understand why, but I agree with you, Tammy. I don't think they could do it legally. But again, it depends upon the state. It depends upon the state. The state they call it a private club. If it's a private club, a private medical club, I don't think that doesn't sound right to me. It's hard enough making a private nightclub club. Members only. I used to be a member of a club. I won't say which one, but those were good times. Oh my. Yeah. Back in the day, there were a lot of clubs out back then. Private clubs for members only. There were restaurants you wouldn't walk into. I lived in New York. No, you wouldn't. No, if you're in the pub, no. You'd walk in, they'd say, "This is a private club. Bye bye." Oh, I didn't know that. There are concierge doctors, but most of them do not take insurance. They don't take insurance. You pay them. So concierge doctors are more for rich people. What insurance companies are doing now is they're hiring nurses and nurse practitioners to make home visits because they keep asking me if to take a home visit. Oh, get rewards if you get a home visit. I don't need a home visit. I'm 71, but I'm not crippled. I'm not an old 71. I don't need a walker yet. I don't need any. The only accommodation I need is a wheelchair from time to time, but not in my house. So why do I need a home visit? What are they going to do that my getting in the car and going over to the doctor is not going to do? I like the idea that they have these nurse lines that I could pick up the phone and call if something happens. I had heart palpitations uh, last year at one time, and my heart just started beating really, really fast and really hard. And I didn't know whether I should go to the emergency room or not. So I said, you know what? I have insurance. Let's call up the nurse line. So I called up the nurse line. I said, what's going on? And I was taking my blood pressure, and I said, yeah, it's a little high, but not that much. I said, but my heart is beating really, really hard and really fast. Because I noticed, the blood pressure cuff measures your heartbeat, and I was much more than 70 beats. And the nurse said, I wouldn't worry about it. If it gets worse, go to the emergency room. But don't worry about it. It's nothing. It's probably nothing. If you want to be reassured, go to emergency. But if you're asking my opinion, my qualified expert opinion, just because your heart rate raises does not mean anything's wrong. And just because you start feeling your heart in your chest doesn't mean anything's wrong. It just means you're feeling your heart in your chest. She was right. Of course, she was right. Oh, yeah, poor Rebecca. COVID. Jeez, I thought that was over with. I guess it's not. Tammy, what about people with Medicare? Oh, yeah, I actually do. Uh, she uses a separate mental health, because she's my mental health doctor. She uses a separate app um, that's encrypted, so that, because it's personal. I don't want anybody breaking into my FaceTime, which is possible, and listening to what I'm talking about with my doctor. But yes, we do virtual visits all the time. The only reason I go into the doctor's office is for blood tests, because I love their phlebotomist. She's so gentle. It never, I hate getting blood taken. I do. It always hurts. They always have to poke and prod. This woman, over 10, 15 years, she's been taking my blood from the very first time. She hits the vein every time. When she knows to use a child needle, because my veins are very tiny. Oh, just what you wanted to know. I told you, I ramble. I ramble, and this is who I am. So, for all four of you who are here, thank you for coming. I do appreciate it. Jen, love you. I will be in your live tonight. DP Addiction Adventures, 9 p.m. She has a wonderful live. And Rebecca, please get well and rest. Drink plenty of fluids. Take your medication. And don't get sick again. This woman, I don't know what to do with her. Just gotta love her. And the rest of you, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Don't forget to be good, be kind, be nice, be happy, be wonderful. You already are wonderful. And be safe, please. Until the next time. Arrivederci.